it's your lovely Abbie Dagrin, and welcome back to my channel, lovelies. Today I'll be continuing a series that deals with natal charts on my channel, and I did get a recommendation from Archie, who recommended Lucas Bravo, so today we will be doing a natal chart analysis on him. Thank you so much, Archie, for that recommendation, and please make sure you guys recommend me more people for me to do more natal chart analysis on. I'll be speaking on his personality traits, his characteristic traits, based off of his natal chart, and I will be speaking on how a lot of his placements have led to his success. So please stay tuned for the rest of my video, lovelies. If you have not yet become a part of the Abbie Dagrin family, then please make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you know when I upload videos on the daily. Also, please make sure you hit that like button because I know you guys will love this video. And last but not least, please make sure you share this video with everyone you know, whether it's your friends, your family members, your enemies, anyone in general who really appreciates this content, is a fan of Lucas Bravo, or really loves this content. Now let's get right into the video, lovelies. Lucas Bravo was born on March 26, 1988, so this qualifies him to be an Aries. And since this is a cardinal sign, they tend to be very direct. And Aries tend to have a very fiery nature because they are a fire sign. And they're always one step ahead of the crowd. They love to take charge of a situation, and their sense of certainty usually makes others really listen to them and look up to them, and they're the types of people who are very much born leaders. He tends to be someone who's very focused, very demanding, and someone who has a lot of courage. He's someone who loves to do things that are very different. He loves to take the initiative that other people probably may not. He's someone who is always starting projects and finishing projects, so that's something that really describes him in a great way. Next up is his moon in Cancer, another cardinal sign, and moon in Cancer is actually a very great placement because the moon is pretty comfortable here, so he's able to express his emotions, and by having this cardinal sign, he's still going to want to take charge of situations, and he also is someone who is going to be very emotional in regards to bringing his point across because it is a Cancer in the moon section, it is a water sign, but even though he may get emotional, but it will show his, human side, and it'll also be able to communicate how he feels, even though it's in an emotional way. He's someone who's very sentimental, and maybe at times he may have mood swings, but one thing that's very great about this placement is he'll have very great intuition, and he'll be able to feel stuff or understand things that other people may not understand, or maybe psychic sometimes. Next up is his Mercury in Pisces, and by having this placement, he tends to focus on the mood of situations rather than the facts sometimes. He may have a very lovely voice that people really want to hear him speak, and by having this placement, he also may be someone who is comfortable with sadness and healing in his voice. He may be evasive sometimes. He may be flirtatious and seductive. He has a wild imagination. And he's someone who has a wandering mind. He's very compassionate, very empathetic. He is someone who's very inspirational, someone who's very persuasive. He may procrastinate sometimes, but he's very intuitive and often psychic. He's very sensitive, very visionary, and he is someone who's artistic and heals by using visualizations. Next up is his Venus in Taurus. And this is another great placement because Venus is very comfortable in Taurus. And with someone with this placement, he's looking for someone who's very nurturing, very predictable, very loyal, very resourceful, very artistic. It makes sense because Taurus is a fixed sign and they need that predictability. He's also needing of someone who's very nurturing, because Taurus do tend to want to nurture other people and they want that in return. They do tend to be very loyal people, and if they're with you for life. They're very resourceful and they want someone who's resourceful as well. He tends to be very romantic and very affectionate in his relationship, but he's not someone who's going to give his love away easily. But when he does give his love away, it's to someone who he really loves and cherishes. And he loves to have passion in his relationship, and he loves beautiful things in regards to that. Next up is his Mars in Capricorn. And with this placement, he tends to be strong and hardworking, and he desires for wealth, success, and power. With this placement, he also tends to be ambitious, and he tends to have a lot of endurance. He's someone who's willing to work hard to reach the goals that he has set for himself, because Capricorns, they do tend in any placement to be goal-oriented. So that's something that they always have our goals in order for them to accomplish them. And he's very practical and very cautious and very conservative. He may demand tangible results for his efforts. He needs to excel in whatever he does, and he is required to have a sense of responsibility and dedication and self-discipline to bring that about. And with that in mind, that will help him accomplish anything and give him the drive that he needs to accomplish anything. Next up is his Jupiter in Taurus, and with this placement, he has a very cautious nature that helps him attract good fortune, along with hard work and dedication. So since any Taurus placement, they tend to be patient. That's what the cautious nature comes from. They're going to make sure that they look to everything in order to make sure that they accomplish the goal that they want to. They're also the type of people to have growth occur for them after he has found a stable lifestyle and dependable, protective, and secure environment. He is at best when those around him provide him with a great deal of affection and support. He feels insecure or threatened. He tends to become possessive and grasping and self-indulgent, but he's someone who's very expensive, and he's great at anything that he offers, and he's someone who's very generous as well. So this is a great placement for him. Next up is his Saturn in Capricorn, and this is actually a great placement because Saturn is ruled by Capricorn as well as Aquarius. And because of that, he's very ambitious and will do what's best to make it to the top of his field. So he's going to work as hard as he needs to in order for him to be the greatest of the great. So he is an actor, so I can see him really working hard in order for him to make something of himself, especially in being an actor. He may want to be in the top or the best movies, or he may make connections with people who are responsible for connecting people with movies and things like that. And that's something that he will look into in order for him to accomplish his dream and be at the top of all the actors, and probably being one of the greatest actors to make the most amount of money. So that really makes a lot of sense that he has Saturn in Capricorn in order for him to accomplish his goals and be at the top. Next up is his Uranus in Capricorn, and this will give him his third placement in Capricorn, which gives him a Capricorn stellium. And with this particular placement, he's all about planning for the future as much as possible and making him an automatic innovator. So he's going to make sure that he not only works as hard as he can, but he makes sure that while he's working right now, he's making sure his future is in check. He's making sure that his future, if he has children or he has a family, that they're okay. And as well as himself, he's okay. When he wants to retire, he'll be fine, and he can comfortably retire because he knows that he's okay and he has money to make sure that can happen. And making him an automatic innovator is important because he's going to be someone who's going to do different things or make different things, so he's able to make money or able to leave a legacy. Next up is his Neptune in Capricorn. And with this placement, he tends to focus on ways to increase his power, wealth, and influence. And this is done through him doing whatever it needs possible, whether it's networking, whether it's working with other people who has power in order for him to get that. He's also someone who will idealize work, practicality, and the ability to attain reasonable goals. But because he will stretch the need to be selfless and giving, he may find it difficult to attain his goals unless he has lowered his expectations on all fronts. However, it's important for him to keep his expectations up because he needs to know that he can do anything regardless of what it is, and he can just have a lot of faith and confidence in himself and know that it's okay that he is wanting to do something. He does not need to lower his expectations, but being giving is something that really shines about him. Next up is his Pluto in Scorpio. And he's able to be a part of this generation because he was born between 1984 and 1995, so he is a millennial, which they have the Pluto in Scorpio. So they're the type of generation who loves intensity. They love to face what's scary. They love to make collective issues conscious. They are about revolution and movements as a whole. They're also the type of people that look deeper into any situation to discover what's really going on behind the scenes, because they're the type of people that everything is not what it seems, so we need to know what's going on. They're the type of people who have a period of intense research and discovery in areas that people may not really want to go into. And they're the type of people who will try to change things that have happened before. Next up is his North Node in Pisces. And in order for him to uncover his hidden gifts and talents and develop all the attributes needed, he will need to be non-judgmental, very compassionate, surrendering anxiety to a higher power, freeing the mind through meditation and self-reflection, focusing on the spiritual pathway, trusting in positive outcomes, acknowledging connection with the universe, welcoming change, accepting the truth of the unknown, learning the way of the healer to help others heal their pain, connect to his inner faith, pursue life with intuition, learn that not everything can be explained through logic, focus on his energies on serving without judgment, find comfort in the ability to heal and inspire others, and become the spiritual connection that he is meant to be. That's all I have for you lovelies today in regards to Lucas Bravo's natal chart. Please let me know down below who else you guys would want me to do a natal chart analysis on. And let me know down below, did you learn more about him through this analysis? And did you get a better understanding as to who he is as a person? And please make sure you hit that subscribe button, that notification bell, that like button, and share this video with everyone you know. And if you have not yet followed me on all of my social media accounts and this is your time to do so, please make sure you follow me on my Pinterest, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Reddit, TikTok account so you can know what I'm posting on there, because if I'm not posting here, I'm posting on there, and I always post every day. I love you all. Please make sure you support my Etsy store and my PayPal email link down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye lovelies.